Right, hello everybody. This is video on some tags that I shall be doing. This is the paper I use. I get it from the range. I think it's £4.99, something like that. I think it's great. Okay, because a pad like this, they are quite thick. You get quite a few pages. I don't know how many it says. No, but there's quite a few. It's usually, you know, sort of £8, £10 if it's watercolour. This paper I find great. Absolutely perfect. Right, and it's 250 GSM or £115. Okay. Oh, 40, look. I bet you saw that before me. Okay, and this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to do 2 pages of backgrounds. Well, most probably won't use them all, but I thought I'm going to do one with Gelatos, or not Gelatos, the Tim Holtz watercolour things. Okay, and I have Gelatos as well, which, to be honest, if you've got either or, then basically they're all but the same. All right, a little bits of difference, but if you go to the Tim Holtz YouTube channel, then I think he used both Gelatos and his own, and I think there was a few little differences, but if you've got either one, then fine. Okay, and the other one I'm going to do with Distress inks and oxides, and the colours I've chosen for that one first, because I'll do that one first, is Fossilized Amber, and I've got the Distress ink and the oxide in that one. Yeah, I've got Wild Honey and I've got Fired Brick. Okay, that I feel is in keeping with what I'm doing. Okay, maybe not, but we shall see. Okay, so that's those colours, and for the other one there, I need to get my Gelatos. Okay, this is the colours I've chose for the other one. Let's have a look. Which one was that? I've got the Festive Berries, which, you know, might be a little bit too red. I'm not sure, but we can always dull it down a bit. I've got that sort of goldy one there. This one is Fossiled Amber, which is the same as that. And then I've got a brighter yellow there, again, can be toned down. And this one is Rusty Hinge. And then I got that brown as well. That's the sort of nearest I could get with what I've got. All right, so again, we play. All right. So the first one I'm going to do is put that one there. Get that one out of the way. Okay, and I'm going to do a different way this time. I'm going to use a sponge and rub them on. Oh, but not until we gesso it. Gesso first, and then different way this time. Just get the gesso out. Again, it stops all the ink going straight in to the paper. It's, you know, as you know, paper is porous. Again, I'm not too worried about how this sort of goes on, really. Really not. If anything, I like some marks in it. I mean, put it on with a brush, doesn't matter. But I've left a few bits undone there, looking at it. Yeah. Okay, that's that one. And then I'll do the other one as well. Then get them both dry, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, first one's dry, and again I always start off with the lightest colour, which is, well, those two really. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Fossilized Amber first, and it's a Distress ink one. Okay, right, and I'll test on here. Okay, I usually go on and then off like that, and it'll pick up differently without a doubt. So but because we've got gesso on, it moves, and this is where no gesso, you see, but I still like that effect. And some over here. Okay, like that. I won't use a distress oxide for a minute, but I will use a bit of this one just to blend in with that. And then fire brick, change sponge. This one's nearly out, but right. So now we play with a bit of water. Okay, I've got a fine spritz here. All right, so I'm gonna start squirting over, create a little bit of something going on. It reacts with what we're using, and I'm using the slow one heat gun so I don't move anything around. Okay, love it. Okay, I thought it might be a tiny bit yellow, but time we turn that down with a bit of vintage photo later on, I think that's quite a good colour. And I've checked, you see this is more vintagey, well this isn't at the moment, but time you add vintage photo you'll find that you'll get, you know, the right sort of tone, and I'm quite liking it. This one, I would say the fired brick, it tends to look a bit pink occasionally, but again I'm happy with that for when we add the vintage photo, but I'm loving that. Okay, right, now as for reproducing your work as this stands now, before you add any stenciling, any stamping, anything that you've used, you could go and scan this in now. Okay, you can use your vintage photo on it and then scan it in again, or any paint, scan it in again, or handmade handmade stamps or anything like that you've done, or handmade stencils that you've cut out, you can then scan that in. Okay, but that as a background for something, you know, that you most probably print out and put something else with it, it would be great. So this is the time to scan in your work, not after the stamping and everything else. All right. Right, so shall we put a little bit of vintage photo on now and see how that turns out? I'm going to use some stencils anyway on top, so that over that yellow now, you see, has brought that right back and dulled it down. And I don't want to dull it down too much because I actually quite like it. We're just sort of making it look more vintage. Oh, it's raining awful today. A really nice bank holiday too. Beautiful it was. Barbecue, everything. Well, a lot of you see my video when we had the Barbie. Okay, that's good. And again, I'm going to spritz a little bit. Just do that a bit there. Okay, more blobby, but I want it like that. Okay, and then dry it off. Okay, see all that in the background now. Right, so what I'm going to do now is stencil, and I'll use that one because I haven't even opened this one. So that one now. quite arty, but that's all right with me. I just want it to create some different element, you know, things going on in the background. I'm doing it with a baby wipe, but I think you can actually do it with water as well. It's not a problem, but I'm just gonna take some of this out. Right, you see? Okay, just creates a little bit something else in the background. Okay, and then dry that off. I just feel that I want something in here. Maybe just the Norton crosses there. There we go. Right, now it's time for stamping. I'm going to stamp with archival, okay, because again I might stamp on top of that. All right, so I want the lightest color in the background, okay, because if I go with black now, then I'm sort of a bit stuck, which I would rather do a background with this color and then black on the top of that to create another layer. All right, so let's find some stamps. Okay, that's what I've chosen. That's the Tim Holtz one. That goes with that one there. Okay, that's there. And then I've got these, which I thought lends itself to autumn. Okay, and that's the ones I'm going to use. I wouldn't put any words on because normally when I cut my tags out, I will cut so many that way, okay, and then I need to go that way. So, and I put the words, you know, I basically put the words on after, but not this one because I'm just classing this as a background, and that will be quite random. Okay, and oh, never told you what I'm using. Coffee, and actually I think we need like potting soil, just a tad darker, only because of the colour of this. Okay, so just gonna shade darker there with potting soil. Didn't clean my stamp last time. Naughty me. And I press quite randomly. I'll turn it. There we go. That's fine. Now with the leaves, got me a acrylic block there. Okay, and I'm just put 2 on. And again, same colour because, you know, that'll be fine. Just going to stamp this one. I haven't stamped it. And I go off the page. Okay, I'm just gonna watch it don't go the same way as that. So turn it around again. Okay, and I'm gonna go slightly off again. Hopefully you saw that bit. I'm down. Let's have a look, see if I could see. Oh yeah, I think you might have done. I do get carried away, don't I? Right, so we need that one up there. Okay, because we've got 2 of those. That's good for me. Let's give that clean. I just thought then I better show you what I'm doing. Okay, this is for newbies. This is a stamp scrubber, okay, and it gets into all the little details. All right, and you get this spray with it. Now I've had this 15 years, but I know it's still available somewhere. And just give that a couple of squirts, and then this goes in. It's better on a block really when you do this, and then you give it a clean. Yeah, especially good for stays on and things like that. It's brilliant. Shouldn't be doing it on top of that really. That gets all that out, because what it is, ink starts to collect inside all this, especially all in this detail. Once that's collected, it just carries on collecting if you don't clean them, and then your stamp will look distorted. So it's just filled up with ink. I don't do them very often. So I mean, that's terrible, that. So that is what that's for. Okay, I usually keep that quite near me now, because I'm trying to keep, especially Tim Holtz. Okay, now we can show you this. There we go. And what a nice background for autumn. Let's have a look. I mean, I haven't chopped any of them up yet, so no, but we are talking definitely coordinating. Okay, I mean, we can put pops of colour on and things like that later on, but as a base, that is a good match. Yep. Okay, so now we cut them up. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have a little look, so I'm not sure about my size that I need. But I will do, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do them 6. I will do 1, 2, 3. I think it's 6. Okay, then I usually get 2 more in here. I usually do like 6 by 3, something like that. So I come down to 6. Let's have a look. Right, I'm going that way. Sorry, I'm just thinking about how I've placed things there. So that's my tags. There, I'm just looking. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So this one at 6. I can get a couple of biggies. Yeah, those make tags as well. Okay, and now I'm going in at 3. Yeah, 3 is fine. So that's 6 by 3. That's a good size. Okay, you see. Okay, and then the slightly skinnier one, but still fine. There's those. Then we'll come down, let's have a look. Maybe 5. So I can't get 3, so I'm gonna go 5. I think that's quite a nice size. It's for a little one. Okay, so that's 5 by, I'm not sure what was left there. Two and a quarter. Okay. I know we get left a bit, but not much. And that's that one. Okay, get left a bit there, which you never know, could come in handy for something. A tab or a... Right, I'll show you these. Okay, that's those. I mean, nowhere near finished. One there. One there. And the skinny ones. And that's that one. And that's no textured paste or anything. That's just creating layers with, you know, what did I use? Distress oxide, no, distress inks and a stamp and a couple of stamps and a bit of water and a stencil. Okay, I call that nice and simple. Don't need texture paste, don't need anything. Okay, and then we just cut them all up into the size we want. You might want smaller ones, you know, it doesn't have to be that size at all. Right, and I'm going to cut them up. Let's have a look. What size do we want? Make sure they're the right way up. And then we cut them off. I mean, you don't even have to make them into tags. It could be journaling cards. Again, it's really up to you. That's that. And then make a hole. Okay, and then I'll do the same with the other ones. Just making sure that's not too big. The cut there, I've got all different sizes. If not, cut another one. No, I think that's all right. Actually, let's cut them off. It's okay. Yes, we are using a kit, you know, a digital kit, but we add our own elements to it that we make, so all is good. I literally use a digital kit as a base, and then you work with it. And then another one here. You can put grommets in, but I'm not going to put anything in yet because they're not finished. And I won't, I might put wax over them. Use furniture wax tonight on Back to Basics. Not Back to Basics, Junk in the Trunk this week. So I might use it on these when I finished. And that would be plenty to go through a journal that are handmade. I know I'm going to make another sheet, but I want to see how it turns out with Gelatos. instead of distress inks. Yeah, I think, you know, definitely they need darkening around the edges. I could do that now actually. Oh yeah, not vintage photo. I think we need to go one darker. Okay, got ground espresso for a change. All right, I'll try that one. Let's get me ink out. I'll use the darker one. Okay, so I'm going to try this oxide first. All right, see what that looks like, because you can always cover it up, but I don't like it. Yeah, there's definitely more pigment in that one, I think. Yeah, definitely needs to be a bit darker though. All right, so not that one. That's why you always start off with the lightest, because you can always add colour. It's, you know, we can take it away, but it's harder. Okay, and this is your ground espresso, and that is great. Okay, just add a bit of depth around the outside. It sort of frames it really, so when you go wrong. Get rid of that. We can do that. Yep, that's a good one. That ground espresso, keep that out. I'm just going to see what they look like with the embellishments that we've done. You know, like we've got this one here. Again, look, straight away that could be added to there. All right, for a tag. Let me see what I mean. Actually, looks really nice. So, the instant tag. That was that way. Yeah, that one's not quite right now. Right, you got another one here. Could go further up there. Just a matter of playing with them and seeing, you know, I'd make some more up. Nice little one, look. I could say water the side a little bit there. I'm just wondering if it would go down there. I tend to put these sort of things up here because of when they go and sit in a pocket. So if a pocket comes up to here and you only see that bit, then, or else it's down here somewhere. So it depends where it's going to go. Yeah,